So Jack, what game are we talking about today?
Talking about Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle. And I don't know if that plus is supposed to be like an ampersand?
With together merged.
Right.
Well, the theme of the game is it's merging.
Yeah. Yeah, it's about taking two things that don't really work together and just smushing them together, like forcing them into the same room together for marketing purposes.
I don't agree with him on this, by the way.
I don't much care for the Rabbids. All right, so describe to a layperson Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle.
Hey, you know that XCOM game? That was kind of neat. Let's do that with Mario and our Rabbids franchise. And holy shit, Nintendo agreed to it.
XCOM or Mario plus Rabbids equal
Kingdom Battle
Kingdom Battle is a tactical shooter that features grid-based movement, a cover system, and
guns.
Huh?
Guns. This is Mario with a gun.
And guns and bazookas and grenades.
But they're cute grenades, like grenades that are rubber ducks.
Of course, it's all adorable. But it's basically a turn-based strategy game.
Yeah.
And so what you'll find yourself doing is finding appropriate cover, moving to get around your enemy's cover, and trying to murder them.
A lot of people take a look at this game and they say, oh, it's like XCOM. Oh, yeah. It's an XCOM clone. And that's the first thing I want to address. Is this an XCOM clone?
And Rich,
that's a fair point.
You are an XCOM, if there could be any sort of XCOM expert, not just in this room, but in general, I would call you an XCOM expert. We're going to take a quick screenshot of your hours played.
Right
now.
What?
You play a lot of XCOM.
I love that game.
That's your qualification to be an XCOM expert.
Yeah.
Is Mario plus Rabbids equals Kingdom Battle an XCOM clone?
No.
All right, good night, everybody.
All right, we're done. It's an XCOM clone that the same way that, I don't know, Halo is a Doom clone. You know, I mean...
Sure. A lot of times, before a genre is established as its own thing, you just have to call it a clone. Like, right now, we're getting a lot of Soulsborne clones.
Yeah. And it's either gonna, something like the Dark Souls-like games, it's either gonna die out or it's gonna become its own genre.
Right.
And, the newer XCOM games, the XCOM reboot, it changed some things up in the turn-based world. It was this faster-paced, turn-based game, and it was popular, and other things are starting to take influence from it now.
Yeah.
And we're in a window of time where these things are going to be called clones. I don't necessarily think that's true in Mario plus Rabbids case. I think it changes enough things.
Okay.
Mario plus Rabbids, there's less RNG.
Right.
That's like the first thing I noticed.
Yes. In XCOM,
you're constantly doing the math. You have an aim stat that's this high, minus the enemy's cover, divided by the enemy's natural cover defense with the crit chance mixed in, and it does this equation to figure out whether or not you're going to hit the enemy.
Yes.
In Mario plus Rabbids, there's a 100% chance to hit when they're out of cover. Half cover, 50%. Full cover, 0.
That's it.
Easy math.
Yes.
Easy math.
They simplified it.
the negative with the less RNG.
Yeah.
Because it's not just with the hit chance. There are no random maps or enemy encounters.
Right.
Every time you play a battle, the enemies are going to spawn in those spots, and they're going to start in those certain positions.
Right.
Which I think is going to just severely lessen the replay value. Part of the reason I have hundreds of hours in XCOM is because the battles aren't going to play out the same way every time. There's some, especially in the second one, where like the map elements are somewhat randomized, in addition to what enemies show up and their placement. Every battle is going to be different.
Yeah.
Every time in Mario plus Rabbids you play World 2-3, World 2-3 is going to have the same placement for everything.
Yes. No, even if you lose a battle and you have to replay, like, it gets a little tedious on that replay because you just start to know what they do. Okay, if I shoot him here, I know he's going to go here, so I can actually position my second guy here, and you can start to cheese the system a little bit.
Yeah. Well, if one of the worlds is like World 3-4 has like 3 maps, and you did bad on the last map, and you want to replay it to get that gold trophy, then you got to go through all 3 maps, and that does get a bit tedious. Yeah.
Something I appreciated, a little bit of a carryover from XCOM, is the variety in map objectives.
Yeah.
That kept the flow up. Sometimes you got to kill all the people. Sometimes you have to kill a certain number of people. Sometimes you just have to make it to the end of the map.
Sometimes you have to get Toad there safely.
And he can't fight because he's got a box on his head. That Toad. Crazy. But it kept it fresh, and it kept me always doing that 4-dimensional chess.
The other difference, because we're talking about, is it an XCOM clone?
Yeah.
This game certainly favors movement.
Yes, much to the benefit of this game.
Movement is prioritized over like positioning. Like, I'm gonna get entrenched in this defensive position. It's like, no, you're gonna jump over the rabbit to get behind him because you can move really far and go through the pipe to get behind. So it seems like they took some inspiration from the Mario franchise. Right. Mario's a platformer, so lots of running, dashing, and jumping mechanics in this turn-based tactical game.
And it's, sometimes it's neat. Sometimes you can traverse the entirety of the map. You jump off of a friend, you take a couple steps, you go through a tube, you come out another tube somewhere else, you hit the bad guy, then you go into a different tube and get to a second level. There's a lot of movement, and it feels really good.
Or you take a shortcut, like over the gap. There's like a valley between the 2 maps. You just jump off of an ally's head to get to the other side. Yeah.
It's neat.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't make the battles faster, but it does feel like it gives it more momentum. I think, they've done a really good job of simplifying the tactics, both to their benefit and to their detriment, as far as, comparing it to XCOM.
Oh, yeah.
For example, later on, you get Peach as a playable character, and Peach has a little grenade. It's a rubber duck grenade.
Yeah.
It's adorable. But they have a simplified system where you can only aim at an enemy. And so the grenade has a little bit of splash damage area, but you can only aim it at an enemy, whereas XCOM, you could just throw a grenade on any tile you want.
Yeah.
So you could throw it in between 2 enemies, blow up cover, and do a little bit of damage to both enemies. Here, one of the downsides of the simplification is you can only aim at an enemy no matter what.
It's frustrating when you know that your splash damage should be able to take out 2 or 3 enemies, but you can't make it do that. Oh, what's one of the other things I want to mention? It's not in our notes. I want to mention this.
Yeah.
Unlike XCOM, at Mario plus Rabbids does something that XCOM does not do well. Boss battles.
Ooh.
There's some really fun boss battles in this, which, as a veteran of XCOM, I'm just not used to.
Yeah, like the enemy has a ton of different classes. It has mid-bosses, giant boss battles, healing classes, teleporting classes, all sorts of fun stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, the boss battles are ridiculous and over the top, and they're great.
I'll tell you this. I am absolutely in love with the opera ghost. He sings a Mario opera. Like they wrote a Mario opera.
Yeah.
And he sings it.
That's great.
It's fucking fantastic.
That's great.
You think yours is a real mustache?
No, the game does have a lot of personality.
Yeah.
You start off due to some sort of unregulated nuclear fusion device, the worlds of Rabbids and Super Mario Land get merged in weird ways.
Yeah.
And you start playing with regular Mario, Rabbid Peach, and Rabbid Luigi. And all the different characters have different abilities.
There's like a tech tree where you unlock different abilities. Like Mario, you can unlock an Overwatch shot for Mario, and then you can upgrade that. You get a double Overwatch. And everyone has different abilities.
Yeah. Here's a problem for me, is I really dislike the Rabbids.
All right, I'm on record. I kind of love the Rabbids. I kind of love the Rabbids, especially Rabbid Peach, with her selfies and her sass.
Yes, that's kind of fun.
Did you ever lose with Rabbid Peach on your team?
Oh, no.
Rabbid, like on as far as like the scale of things that I can't stand, the Rabbids are like right below minions. And it's their sense of humor is a little too, I'm being wacky all the time.
Jack, I'm gonna throw out a hypothesis.
Okay.
Because when they announced this game, I don't think I knew what the fuck a Rabbid was.
Okay.
I really was not familiar with the Rabbids.
Sure.
Are you just upset that it's not like Koopas and Goombas that you're fighting? Is that part of this?
I might like Koopas and Goombas.
You know what? I love the Rabbids. Yeah. I found I love the Rabbids. I wouldn't mind a few Koopas in there.
Just a few would have been nice.
You could have like a really neat Koopa like shell ricochet attack.
That'd be really
That'd
cool.
be neat.
Right? I just find that their sense of humor, the Rabbids, gets old really fast. I'm sure that it's incredibly funny that the Rabbids are swimming in a toilet, but that's the 8th potty joke that we've run across in the past 5 minutes. It's just too much all the time with the Rabbids. And so then the game, I think, knows that some people don't like Rabbids, and so they slap you in the face. Because you have to have at least one Rabbid on your team at all times. Well, shit, see, this is the good part. So now I can have a team of just Mario, Luigi, and Peach, which is all I wanted in the first place.
Aw.
Look at these guys. All sewn together. Toadstool hats. Adorable. All right. Let me get my dream team here. Fuck. Yeah.
Right,
Get
so
out of here, stupid ass Rabbids.
Are we done, or did you want to start a mission with the 3?
Wait, why can't I be Peach?
Take Luigi off.
Are you seeing this shit, chat? Did you fucking see it? They force you to choose at least one Rabbid. I don't want a dumb Rabbid.
You like Mario and you don't like the Rabbids. I get it.
Yeah. Why won't they let me have my team, Rich?
No, I always wanted Rabbid Peach on my team. She was so funny.
She was fine.
Sometimes there are better choices for the mission at hand. Jack.
Of course.
I didn't have her on my team. But...
The point is, the game didn't let me find the best team or didn't let me choose the team I wanted. They force a Rabbid down my throat.
This is like two superheroes fighting each other, especially if they're from different companies. It's like a superhero crossover.
Yeah.
Neither of them can win.
Yeah.
Because it would make one of the characters look bad. So you have Nintendo coming together with Ubisoft, and both of them want their characters highlighted. I get it. I get it why they won't let you have the all Mario team.
Yeah.
You can't even have the all Rabbid team because Mario always has to be on your team.
Which is the other part of it. They kneecap you. Mario, you don't get a choice. Mario is on your team. And then you have to choose a Rabbid, so really you can only select 1.5 team members.
I gotta be honest with you, as a fan of the Mario games, Mario would probably always be on my team anyway. I'm just being 100% full disclosure honest.
Of course, but they don't give you the option, and it's bothersome.
Yeah.
It's not game breaking for me, but it did make me roll my eyes so hard. And I'm not gonna say that that's what began me losing steam in the game, but that's definitely what began me losing steam playing the game.
That has nothing to do with me losing any kind of steam in this game.
But you said you like the Rabbids, so yeah.
I like the It had nothing to do with it because I like the Rabbids. But
Right.
You know what did lose some steam for me?
What's that?
The other half of the game. The exploration.
Oh.
But between battles, and I understand, I get it that this game couldn't just 100% be one tactical battle immediately after the other that would wear you down. I get it.
You need a little breather in between.
But their choice of breather is it's kind of obnoxious.
Yeah.
When you're not in a turn-based battle, you're in this kind of exploration, puzzly kind of section of the game.
Yeah.
And it's just puzzles, light puzzles everywhere. Puzzles, and they're simplistic puzzles, and they're these red and green and blue and colored blocks all over the fucking place, and it's annoying because I just want to get through it to get to my next turn-based battle, but instead I'm doing this tedious fucking block puzzle.
Push the block this way until it stops. It's those puzzles that show up in The Legend of Zelda all the time, where like a block is on ice and you have to figure out the correct path to get it to go on the Switch.
This game is XCOM plus Adventures of Lolo. I don't want to be doing that. I want to be shooting at Rabbids.
Right. Well, and XCOM, the other part of the puzzles and exploration that bother me is it doesn't have anything to do with the main game.
Right.
Whereas in your XCOMs, the thing that you do in between is you build your base.
You build the tactical layer of XCOM, and then there's the strategic layer.
Right.
The break from the battles is you get the global map, and we're going to build this base, and we're going to research this technology. Right. And these two things go together.
Both thematically and gameplay-wise.
Yes, this is like having a game where half the time you're doing these classic Mega Man platformer levels, and then the other half of the game is Dance Dance Revolution.
Right. Or like a first-person shooter where in order to reload your gun, you need to do a Sudoku puzzle.
You finish this level of Doom.
Yeah.
Now do the Sudoku.
And then we'll give you more bullets.
And then you get more bullets for the next area. Yes. And I'm gonna say it.
Yeah.
I hate Metroidvania style unlocking. I fucking hate it because there's this tedious exploration, and you want to explore because you get more of this stuff that lets you level up, or you get more weapons. So you want to explore to find the things.
Of course.
And then you explore. Oh no, here's a block I can't do anything with. I need to later on. I'm gonna get some power that'll let me break that block, and then I'll have to come back. And then you're never gonna remember where that was.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like you're exploring the level 2 or 3 different times every time you unlock a new fucking power. And this is made even more fucking obnoxiously tedious by the map design. This is a game built around tactical combat. So you're exploring these areas that are effectively blocky squares and rectangles and clear cover items with bizarre square angular borders, and they're all connected by wacky bridges.
Yes, there's a disconnect between the battle levels and everything else.
Right, and it does not feel like you're going through a world.
No, it feels like you're taking the bridge to the next battle.
Right.
But you can't just go to the next battle, so I don't know, here's a puzzle. Yeah, it's baloney.
Every time a battle finished and I walk across the bridge to get to the next area, and I see just like, especially in the last world, and you just walk into the next area and it's just, here's all the red and blue and green bricks, and this is giant, it's absurdly complicated puzzle you need to figure out before you get to the next fun battle.
Yep.
It really wore on me. It wore me down.
I could absolutely see that. Absolutely.
But when I was doing the tactical battles, I was in love. I was absolutely in love. And incidentally, the kind of puzzle this game should have. We didn't mention these before. I'd feel bad if we didn't point out the challenge maps.
Sure.
And some of those were kind of puzzly. Like, you get the situation, but you're limited to one turn to figure it out.
Oh man, those were tricky.
And you gotta smartly use like your Overwatch shots or Mario's jumping power or something. That felt kind of puzzly, but it fit in with the tactical battles you were doing.
Yes. The thing I'm looking forward to the most from this game is seeing a kid play this and have it open up the world of tactics as a genre. I bet there are people who don't know that this genre exists. And they'll play this goofy little game with the stupid ass rabbits and they'll go, I wonder what other games are like this.
I'm all in favor of this, yes.
Yeah.
I think this is a good thing all around.
Yeah.
The mere existence of this game.
Can do nothing but good.
Right.
And I will definitely agree with that. As far as final recommendation for me, I definitely found myself losing steam, and I don't know if I'll finish it. I don't know if I care enough to finish it, but I really enjoyed the battles. It's a lot of fun, and so overall I recommend it.
I finished it despite the exploration aspect wearing me down a bit. But no, I absolutely love the tactical battles. I think this is a game that can have a lovely sequel.
Yeah.
They can iron out those kinks. They can find something better to do between tactical sections.
Yeah.
And you know what? You can only expand the tactical. You can get some more enemy types. Maybe you can throw some like bullet bills in there, or some other things like bullet bill turrets might be neat in this.
Ooh, sure.
Just throw some more of those Mario elements in there. Not that I love the Rabbids, but you know, you can expand on this
Absolutely.
and get something better.
Mario versus Capcom.
You know
Tactical battle.
You know what would work for this style of game?
What?
Mega Man.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Mario versus
Yeah.
Capcom.
Yeah, because it's
Nintendo versus Capcom Tactics.
be fair. You have to throw it right. Ubisoft did make the fucking game.
And a Rabbids there too.
I like the Rabbids, Jack.
That's the name of the game that I'm working on is Mario versus Capcom Tactics, and the Rabbids are there too.